Yagumo restlessly returns the envelope to the desk as Magari looks on quizzically. I wonder if it was like his sister or something.
Director, can we get the chestnut zenzai, please? I want to try it so bad.
Well, feel at home. I've prepared some... Oh, don't drink the tea! Don't drink the tea! Don't do it! Don't do it, Yagumo! Don't drink the tea! They're gonna lock us up in the basement as another one of their damn tests! Yagumo looks in the room as he calls out to them. There, he sees... a woman sitting limply in a rocking chair, her face in anguish. Oh! Oh! So his wife got murked. I guess this is where the game really starts, because, yeah, I mean, this is... Because this was like the spark note of the back. It said basically, like, we were a film crew and we stumbled on a body, so... I guess that's the body we stumbled on then, so I guess we're really in the swing of things. So the first, like, the prologue chapter really was, like, the prologue, I guess, just kind of, like, weeding things out. Kuramochi's gate is sealed off with police tape, with imposing police officers coming in and out. The on-site investigation must still be underway. Doesn't seem like Studio Yagumo can get in. Director, I don't think they'll let us in. Well, I figured, but I'd like to shoot inside. Think we can find a way? Well, please don't force your way in. You got like 100% chance of getting busted. I know. Just spitballing here. Like hell we are. Your eyes were... Like hell you were. Your eyes are dead serious. Relax, there's no way I'd actually do it. Not me. Ugh. Real convincing there. Magari feels awkwardly unsure if Yagumo's seriously considering trespassing. Meanwhile, Hitoa tries to get their attention. What's up, Hitoa? What's up, Hitoa? Over there. Without another word, Hitoa motions with her eyes towards what's beside the gate. Two detectives are eyeing them suspiciously as they whisper amongst themselves. Yo, it kind of looks like, shoot. What am I trying to think of? I guess it slipped my mind. I was going to say they kind of look like a duo pair, like detective duo pair for something else. I feel like that's kind of like the stereotypical detective like duo pair. Like you got like the grizzled veteran, you know, kind of like either has like an aftershave or like, you know, a goatee or something. And then he's got like a sidekick that's like a young, you know, up and coming, like learning detective police force guy. So kind of looks like the standard duo here. Since the detectives weren't here last night, they must not belong to the local first responders or the riot squad, but the prefectural police. They stop talking, exchange glances, and slowly start approaching. Oh, crap! Run! Roger that! Magari and Kanade seem quite accustomed to running away at Yagumo's signals. Come on, you too, Hitoa! Huh? Okay. Yagumo grabs Hitoa by the hand and runs off. Studio Yagumo runs like the wind as the detectives angrily shout behind them. Things could have gotten dicey back there. Let's look somewhere else for the time being. Wonder if it matters what order. I wonder if we'll find like some random encounters, because like these sections seem like you will find like some random encounters when you can kind of go everywhere and they don't really give you a clear direction. Tourists wanting to see the steam locomotive Yamaguchi are standing around. Perhaps it's arriving soon. The ones with crazy camera setups must be some hardcore rail fans, huh? Look, I've been waiting for this moment. Dick my butt. This is a real treat. Yo, honestly though, like that dude's really wholesome. Like I don't know. There's just something so wholesome about like just wanting to like catch locomotives as they ride in through the... But honestly, it's kind of funny to know that there's a locomotive called Dick My Butt. That's actually kind of funny too as well. So without him capturing that footage, I never would have known there was a Dick My Butt locomotive. That guy might even have more expensive equipment than we do. This is a real I'm glad I came here. This is a real treat. Dick my butt. Oh, back again today. Sorry we're back. Oh no, don't worry about it. Anyway, yesterday was rough, huh? I can't believe what happened in Kuramochi's. Sorry you all got dragged into it. Must be tough. Huh? You know we got dragged into it? Well, it's a small town. Rumors spread quick. They say news crews got there before the police. Oh. That's not quite right, but I guess that's just the nature of rumors. Yagumo can't help but smile wryly. It's uncertain if the rice dealer noticed or not, but he continues with a serious look on his face. You see, everyone's worried about what's happening with this year's Hoshai Festival, since we just had another strange death in such a small town. Huh?
What do you mean by another?
Oh, were you not aware? There was a man named Seiya Ito, who lived in a small house behind here, but last night he was found to have hung himself. Everyone exchanges glances. 2 unnatural deaths on the same day in such a small town. It seems like too much of a coincidence for them to be unrelated. Director? Let's go check out Ito's house. They must all be feeling the same way. Megari and Hitoa nod at Yagumo's suggestion. Interesting. So I'm guessing Sawano Streets is where he's at. But I kind of want to see everything else, just in case. You know? When he spots Studio Yagumo, Takano rushes over. Hello, Yagumo. I heard things got out of hand. I'm sorry about that. Never thought something like that would happen at Dr. Kuramochi's house. Oh, don't mention it. We're just stopping by. No need to apologize. Thank you. But still, I was shocked when I heard the news this morning. Were you acquainted with Kuramochi's wife? No, I've never met her, but I heard she was beautiful. Yeah, she was probably beautiful enough for rumors to spread about her. Yagumo recalls what he witnessed yesterday. Why did such a beautiful woman have to meet such a tragic end? Now that we've been dragged into this, I can't rest until the culprit has been caught. We really are becoming just like random junior detectives, I guess. But see, the thing is, I think, you know what? All right, fine, let's do it. I was afraid that this was just going to be progression, but whatever. We'll go here. Let's go check out Ito's house. Following the director of Yoshinaga owner, they go to the house of the suicide victim, Seiya Ito. And without much trouble, they find the house right behind Yoshinaga. Is that it? The cops are here. The police are likely investigating the suspicious circumstances of the death. There are police cars parked outside the house, which is sealed off with police tape. Officers are patrolling the area. It's you guys again! Studio Yagumo has been spotted filming again. The detectives they saw at Kamurochi's house start rushing over towards them. Tch, what a pain. Let's run. Right. Okay. Without looking back at the shouting detectives, Studio Yagumo runs away at full speed. We can't just keep running away from our problems. At some point, we're probably going to be questioned by them, because we're not going to progress the plot if we don't, understand what the hell's going on, man. Unlike yesterday, there are few people to be seen at Yasuka Shrine.
I'm sure it's quiet today, but I like it this way.
Me too. Shrines are pretty nice on sunny days, and a quiet mood suits them better.
Yeah.
Hitoa smiles and nods. Yagumo can't help but smile back before she gives Kanade instructions. Or he gives. Kanade, give me some cuts of the shrine without any people. As instructed, Kanade shoulders the camera and moves toward the main shrine building. When he waits for people to move out of their way, the man with the camera seems to take the hint, as he lightly bows before leaving. Sorry about that. Thanks. Oh, no worries. We're all journalists here, right? You with the news station? Oh, no. We're just location scouting for a film. Are you shooting for a magazine? Yes. Are you shooting for a magazine? Shit, I mixed up the dialogue there. Yes, I'm Tokima. I'm the editorial department for Men's Travels. Oh, I read your magazine from time to time. You've got good taste in locations. Thanks, glad to hear it. I'm gonna go do a deep dive special feature on Suwano, so please check it out when it hits the shelves. The magazine editor named Tokima has a friendly chat with Yagumo before he excuses himself to do more photography. Interesting. Oh, you know what? I wonder if these people count as, Kenzaburo Kurimochi, a researcher of Suwano's local history. He is also a part-time lecturer at Shimane-Chu University's lecturing history department. His hobby is studying the histories of wealthy families. He is one of himself, right? He sent out as a guide when Studio Yagumo asked to film Yasuka Shrine's Hoshiai Festival. His stubborn and aloof nature gives him the reputation of being hard to deal with among people in his neighborhood. He lives with his young wife in a luxurious estate. Or his young wife in a luxurious estate. Wakako Shiba, a history major student attending Kurimochi's seminars. She's apparently fascinated with the gods that appear in Japanese myths and the Kojiki. On her days off, she works Akari, Kurimochi's part-time helper, in exchange for free access to Kurimochi's household history books. I feel like it was supposed to say she works as Akari Kurimochi's part-time helper in exchange for free access. There definitely has to be typos. Like, I'm not crazy. Which, I'm not trying to, like, berate the, because, the studio who made this game might not, be English. They may not speak English as their first language. So, translating there could be some lost words in there. But it definitely to me personally, and it may still be a coherent sentence, but to me, I feel like as should be in there. I would not say she works Akari Kurimochi's part-time helper. Like, she works as, his helper. Or her helper. Technically, Akari was the wife. But anyway, enough of that. Tokima. Shuji Tokima. Editor of Men's Travels, a travel magazine with a lot. Dude, he's actually like really fucking yellow. What the hell? He's like, goddamn. Like, compared to the other skin tones, he's really fucking like, dude, he's borderline Shimoneko yellow. That's crazy. You sure you don't have like a skin rash or something? Like some kind of skin disease? Like, what the fuck? Editor of Men's Travels, a travel magazine with a long history that appeals to a wide age range. He seems to be an employee of a big publisher, as his attire and demeanor seem to exude a refined aura. He's sophisticated, friendly, and easily gets along with people wherever he goes. He's collecting material for Suwano for a deep dive special feature article. Alright, I think that is everyone else we've met so far. Okay, alright. Well, I probably still can't go back to the mansion, so let's go to the shrines, I guess. Woo! Wow, how far do these Tori go? Studio Yagumo passes through the Tori corridor of Taikodani Inari Shrine, one of the 5 biggest Inari shrines in Japan. As they pass under Tori surrounded by greenery as crickets chirp, it feels like another world. Look, Aine, it looks so different. You're right, it was so plain back then. There weren't even any Tori at the time. Hito and Magari have fun as they compare images on their phones to the sights seen today. Yagumo peeks from behind the scene. They're looking at the 100 Views map they saw yesterday. What's that? It's the 100 Views Tour app. Oh, it's the 100 Views Tour app. I found it this morning, so we downloaded it. It syncs with your GPS to show you where each of the 100 views was sketched. Huh. Hito looks like the app works with Instagram. Oh, wow, they actually used the Instagram word. Okay, that's crazy. I didn't think they'd actually used Instagram. I figured they'd use, like, Finstagram or something like that. Looks like the app works with Instagram. Let's take a selfie and put it on Instagram. Oh, yeah, let's do it. The girl takes a selfie with the Tori corridor as if they were sisters. Yagumo smiles and signs of relief as he watches them. I was worried about them after yesterday, but they seem fine. Yeah, not a lot of people usually walk away from witnessing a fucking body, but what do I know? It's not like we just witnessed someone die. We're all good now. Let's go eat kimchi. Once they finally clear the Torii corridor, they reach the Inari Shrine. Whoa, these grounds sure are spacious. The Torii corridor suddenly opens up to a wide area where the wind blows. Oh. To look around. The main shrine is solemn and fitting for the title of one of the 5 biggest Inari shrines in Japan. Most people only visit from the front, but they say that you can get closer to the gods from the back. I honestly never thought I'd hear those words in a sentence together. Usually people stay in the front, but you can get closer to the gods from the back. Oh, the daddy gonna bust my back out. Imagine to have your prayers answered, you must blow the god's back out. Oh, god damn. Looks like they recommended visiting from the back if you want to pray for greater blessing. Yeah, I bet you get more blessing from the back, if you know what I mean. Fuck me in the ass because I love Jesus. Wait, is that Sheba? What's she doing here? 2 women, presumably tourists, cheerfully show each other their booklet. Is it booklets or bracelets? I think it said booklets. I'm sorry, I didn't catch the word. Oh, they must be collecting Shuin seal stamps. So it must have said booklet. Shuin seal stamps. That's apparently a popular trend these days. Is it? What's interesting about it is how it's got that stamp collector component to it. What's Sheba doing here? Excuse me? A lone woman gazing at the streets of Suwano from the shrine grounds catches Yagumo's eyes. Didn't we meet her at... Okay, no, I'm done. This one is unacceptable because I know only a day has passed. How could you already forget Sheba? Didn't we meet her at Kuramochi's house? What was her name? Oh, it was Sheba, wasn't it? Ah, that's right. Hey, Sheba! Sheba! Sheba turns around and rushes over at the sound of her name. You're the guest from yesterday. Yagumo, was it? Yes, I'm Yagumo. Are you feeling okay, Sheba? I'm fine, thanks to you. My head I'm fine, thanks to you. My head hurts a little, but I was discharged this morning. Dr. Kuramochi should be discharged this afternoon, too. I see. Well, at least it's not serious. Sheba and Kuramochi directly breathed in what seemed to be chlorine gas, so they were immediately sent to the hospital. Fortunately, their condition wasn't too serious, as Sheba seems visibly fine and symptom-free. By the way, what are you doing here, Sheba? Oh, I went to Dr. Kuramochi's house, but I couldn't get in due to the ongoing investigation. Oh, well, I guess that figures. I just sort of wandered around nearby. And besides, look! Sheba walks over to the edge of the shrine grounds and points. You can see all of Suwano from here. I love the view from here. Oh. You're right, it's such a nice view. I know, right? But... Sheba furrows her eyebrows a bit. They follow her gaze to see... Huh? Is that Kuramochi's house? You can see the police cars parked outside. Near the edge of the hill and level ground, they can clearly see Kuramochi's house where they had visited just yesterday. On closer inspection, in addition to the police cars, there are officers swarming like little ants. That sight is like a black stain on an otherwise beautiful view in the hearts of all present. Oh, right, Sheba. How do you know Kuramochi exactly? Are you a housemaid or something? Me? Well, I'm kind of like a maid. Kind of like a live-in student laborer, but without the live-in. Student laborer? As in the student laborers in the Meiji era? The ones that worked for room and board? Something like that. I attend Dr. Kuramochi's history seminars in the Shimanecho University. On weekends, I pretend to be a student laborer. Oh, so it's like a part-time job, huh? Totally not worth it for the money, though. But it's not hard work, just running errands for Dr. Kuramochi and his wife. The biggest draw is free access to rare documents in his archive. He's got valuable academic books that you just can't buy on a student's budget, you see. So it's for both work and study, huh? Exactly. Anything else? Usually these just go in two. Sorry if this is abrupt, but were you at Kuramochi's house at all yesterday too, Shiba? Yes. As always, I got to go to the professor's house in the morning and was there until you all came. Did you hear anything out of place or see anyone coming in and out? You're asking the same things as the police. Shiba's expression suddenly clouds over upon hearing Yagumo's question. Yagumo does his best to give her a pleasant smile as he continues. Oh, sorry, if it's a touchy subject, but now that we're involved, we're curious about the case. You don't have to talk about it if you're uncomfortable. Well, I already told the detectives yesterday, and I don't really know that much, so I might as well. You don't really know much? Yesterday, the professor said he was eating out for lunch, so he left around 1 p.m. At the time, his wife said she was feeling bad, so she was going to rest. So I read books in the archive after that as to not disturb her. So I don't know anything other than that. Soichigayo, you killed her! As you can see, Shiba was lying to me the whole time. Her expressions were trying to throw me off, but I could see through the ruse. No, you poisoned her with the chlorine yesterday while you were in the archive. I see. Well, if that's all you know, that's all you know. But I didn't hear anything in particular from when the professor left to when you arrived. I see. We arrived just before 6 p.m., so we don't know how Kuramochi's wife was doing from 1 to 6. Oh, actually, I did check up on her once at 2:30. No, maybe it was a little bit before that. The professor called and asked to check on her since he was worried. If it was around 2:30, then that means that was right before we called to meet up at Yasuka's shrine, huh? Yeah, if his wife wasn't feeling well, it makes sense he'd check on her at his destination. So, what happened, Shiba? The professor said not to wake her up, to look through a small window, which I did. You can see some of the wife's room from the hallway through the small window, see? How was she? Nothing stood out. I couldn't see her face, but she was quietly resting in her rocking chair. She wasn't slouching or anything? No, she was in perfect resting posture. When we saw her body in the room, her posture suggested she died after a painful struggle. So basically, that means she was still alive when Shiba peeked in the room at 2:30, huh? Huh? That sign says car blessing area. You can drive a car all the way here? Yeah, apparently if you come from side opposite from the Torii corridor, you can get here by car. But if you're gonna visit here, you might as well go through the Torii corridor, you know? Yeah, I guess so. Passing underneath the Torii with your own 2 feet seems more sacred, too. Now that we're here, why don't we go pray? Pray? Yes, we just cut through a scary event, so I thought it might be nice. Oh, you're right. We might be location scouting, but we are going to shrines, so we might as well. Guess you got a point. I hope no one gets murked during this investigation. Upon Hitoa's suggestion, they pray at the shrine, but among the group, Magari makes an odd face. What's wrong? Oh, just wondering, since we're visiting shrines, but how much do you put in the offertory, Hitoa? I always put in 100 yen. Me too, but, you know... What's wrong? Well, I haven't seen you toss any silver coins, Director. I think they've all been copper. Huh? Copper? What? No way! I'm not a kid. I wouldn't be stingy enough to only offer 10 yen coins. Really? Was I just seeing things wrong? Yeah, definitely. It probably only looks that way because of the light. Oh, well, I guess. There's no way that you'd be that much of a measer. Right, director? Right. Megari and Yagumo share a laugh, but Yagumo seems to be sweating a bit. Oh, damn, he does offer. He's fucking stingy. What a stingy bitch. Wow, we sure are high up, huh? The view's nice, and the breeze feels great. It's so exciting here. Well, it figures you'd love this getting high. Huh? Nothing. Damn, but then I got high. What, she smoke or something? Was that the jab you were making? Oh, right, Hitoa. What did you pray for? Well, for the success of this project, obviously. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You have to give everything your best efforts, and then rest up. The rest is up to heaven. True. As creators, we bring to life many ideas, but you never know what'll be hit or miss. Hit or miss. I guess she took the kids, huh? When do you think I can go back inside the professor's home? That really depends on the police, but on-scene investigations typically start wide and narrow in scope, so you should be able to go in soon, with the exception of the wife's room. Is that how it works? Wow, we sure are high up. I guess you love getting high. What did you pray for? Okay, so is that everything then? Do you think I can go back inside? Okay, yeah. I'm guessing we're good here then. I mean, we've talked to everyone. All right. I guess it's time to get out of here. Pitter patter, let's skedaddle. The Muramochi-era Washihara Hachimangu Shrine has a two-story Roman gate, and it's designated as the nationally important cultural property. Behind the main building is a bridge leading to an annex. The architectural style present at the shrine is quite characteristic of the time. This is a nice location too. Kanade, go and get a good shot of the whole place. Yagumo and Kanade start filming the environment, and that's when Megari and Hitoa return from their visit deeper into the grounds. Hey, director, the small main building's crazy. Crazy in what way? There's a whole wall decorated with dolls, and there's a bamboo pinwheels all over out front. There's a whole wall decorated with dolls, and there's bamboo pinwheels all out in the front. It's kind of creepy. Oh, are they doing doll burial ceremony? Those dolls have been dedicated to the shrine, so there's nothing scary about them. But the way they're all lined up neatly is kind of, yeah, it kind of makes you feel like you're being watched. Whoa! I don't know. I guess I don't really know how to do like a lighter. The sudden sound of a thorny voice from behind frightens Megari and Hitoa. They then turn around to see Ibuse and Monami, who they hadn't noticed approaching. Monami must have found their reaction amusing, as she tries to hide her smile with her hand. I'm sorry for surprising you like that. Oh, don't worry. We're fine. Yeah, we're not surprised at all. I see. Oh shit, I just hit my mic. Oh shit. I see. That's good. Right, there's something I needed to tell you. What is it? We've got our third director, Kentaro Yamagishi. Heard of him? Kentaro Yamagishi. Yes, I know him. He's a young but influential, energetic director. Indeed. The three of us will be competing to see who can make a better film for this project. But can you best depict the radiance of life and the abyss of death? Let's see if you can be the last man standing. You two are formidable opponents, but I'm gonna give it everything I've got. I look forward to seeing your best. My pleasure. Also, what is it? Have you two picked out your actresses? Of course, after you picked Amakata, we chose from the remaining 2 actresses. So who did you pick, Director Ibuse? Kazumi Ishikawa. She's a veteran, and I've worked with her several times, so I know what she's like. Oh, I see. So you picked the veteran actress. Okay, good. For some reason, Yagumo looks relieved as he nods over and over. Confused, Ibuse looks at him dubiously. So aside from Hitoa and Kazumi Ishikawa, what did you think of the 3rd actress? Oh, I was just asking about your criteria for picking actresses. For reference. Yeah. The 3rd one, huh? Well, she seemed a bit lacking in sensitivity. Lacking in sensitivity? Yes, in dramatic stories about murder and whatnot, people look for the expression of emotions that are normally suppressed. And with that in mind, she was a bit lacking in the sort of sensitivity I want for my film. In that case, I think her overflowing vitality can truly shine depending on the work she's given. So in that sense, it's a problem for compatibility, and does not mean she's worthless in any way. I see. I guess that makes sense. Did you have any thoughts about her? Oh, no, not really. So aside from that, alright, so we've already, case lacking, see. Yo, she lacking. You caught her lacking. You and Amakata seem to be working well together, Yagumo. Oh, you think so? Happy to hear it. Yes, it does appear that way. I'm glad I convinced him to include a younger actress candidate. You mean? Our director was initially planning on nominating veteran actresses only. I told him it'd be hard for a new director to work with a veteran actress, so he ended up nominating younger actresses too. Oh, so it's thanks to you that we got at least one younger actress candidate. I only asked younger actresses to be included. Director Buse is the one who made the selection. Still, it's a big help. It'd be rough to use a veteran actress for my first TV drama debut. Really? As long as I didn't overstep my place, I'm glad. Monomi smiles. Unlike Magari and Hitoa, she has a mature aura. Yagumo can't help but feel his cheeks blush. Now then, it's about time we move on. Let's go, Hashima. Yes, sir. We've seen what we wanted to in Sanawa. You guys are staying here, right? Yeah, there's still some places we want to see. I see. Well, best of luck to you. Thanks. As Yagumo bows his head, Ibuse and Monomi leave. Monomi. I feel like I should just go with Monomi. Once they're gone far away, Magari murmurs. You know, those two seem like an adulterous couple. Hey, that's... Hey, that's rude. They can't help... like as he was laughing along. Hey, that's... That's rude. They can't help but laugh at that remark. Even Hitoa has her hand up against her mouth as she stifles a laugh. Can we go visit the mansion again now? Kuramochi should be coming back soon, right? Studio Yagumo approaches the Kuramochi mansion, ready to run from the police if they get caught. But suddenly, they hear people arguing. What's going on? They look to find Kuramochi loudly arguing with someone in front of his gate. They get each other's faces until the officers nearby step in to stop them. Hey, cut it out! Get away from each other! Get off of me! This man's younger brother, he... What are you talking about? Don't blame your wife's infidelity on me. Stop it right now, Ito. Among the men is a familiar face. That's Tokima, the man we met earlier at Yasuka's shrine, right? Yeah, I don't recognize the man arguing with Kuramochi, though. Tomika called him Ito, but isn't that the name of the guy who committed suicide last night? He must be Seiya, Ito's older brother. Kuramochi and the man called Ito. Both of them are too emotional right now to pay the police trying to stop them any heed. Studio Yagumo quietly watches them from a distance. Your younger brother had no place in this house. That rotten womanizer, making passes at married women without any self-respect. Bullshit! If anyone was making passes at anyone, it was your whore of a wife. Synesthesia? Your whore of a wife was the synesthesia? Bullshit, if anyone was making passes at anyone, it was your whore of a wife. What a fucking phrase to remember. That's crazy. What's going on? What sort of relationship did Kuramochi's wife have with Seiya Ito, who committed suicide? Things heat up even further between the men as Yagumo and the others watch. Eventually, the police get fed up and with the scuffle. They pry the two apart and bring Kuramochi inside. Ito seems to give up when officers block his way, and Tokuma nearly drags him away. Oof, things were really getting violent, huh? Indeed. Looks like there's some connection between Seiya Ito's suicide and Mrs. Kuramochi's death. I don't want to go poking my nose into that mess. Well, in any case, it doesn't look like we can talk with Kuramochi today. Let's go back. I'm a businessman with standards. It's gotten dark. Let's head back to the inn. After dinner. Studio Yagumo gathers at the inn to check the footage that they shot today. That's when they hear a woman's voice from the other side of the door. Excuse me, Mr. Yagumo, you have guests. Guests? Is it Director Ibuse? Could be. Yagumo hesitates for a second. Before he can answer, the door opens and two men it's the fucking detectives, aren't they? Two men loudly stomp into the room. Yep. Hello. Pardon the intrusion. Excuse us. It's the cops! The detectives from this afternoon! Right. I'm Assistant Inspector Misawa with the Shimane Prefecture Police Investigation Division. And I'm Takumi Case Ino with the same division. After Misawa's introduction, the young detectives smugly refer to him as Case Ino. Case Ino? Because I'm on the case. Huh. Sounds like you're quite important then. Wow, so you're the one in charge of the case? That's way higher up than any assistant inspector. At such a young age too. You're a super elite. Wait, so the younger detective's in charge? Oh, wait, no, you got it all wrong. Wait, you got it all wrong. This kid's last name is Kishino. It's just a pun on his name. He's just an ordinary officer. Oh, is that it? Oh, for crying out loud. Stop pretending you're my superior. Ow! Oh, sorry, sir. When Misawa smacks him, Kishino rubs his head and apologizes. Upon seeing that, Yagumo signs in exasperation. Can you take your company a bit elsewhere? We're kind of busy here. It's not a comedy bit. We got business with you concerning the case at Kuramochi's residence. Business, huh? We already did a police interview. Police interviews aren't a one and done deal. Besides, it's not what we're here for today. Now hand it over. Misawa motions with his hand open. Yagumo tilts his head in confusion. Hand what over? The tape. Hand it over. You were rolling camera all day for the location scouting thing, right? And you filmed your discovery of Miss Kuramochi's body, didn't you? Oh, nah, come on. You really think we'd... And not just that. Hand it all over. It could be a clue. We won't take no for an answer. We'll confiscate all your equipment if you want to play that way. In the end, unable to defy Misawa, Studio Yagumo surrenders all their tapes, including what's in the van. There is now a pile of everything they've taped since their arrival in Suwano. Looks like that's all of it.
Fascism! This is fascism, I tell you!
Damn, you really busted out. How dare you! He's suppressing the masses! Shut up! I bet you can't even spell fascism. Well, we'll take good care of these tapes. You can have them back after the investigation. Kishino, take these away. Yes, sir. Misawa commands Kishino as he calmly leaves the room. Kishino bows and chases after him, tapes in tow. Alright, let's film some more. They took away all our precious tapes. Hitoa quietly murmurs, unable to hide the regret in her voice. Yagumo can only silently stare at the door. The detectives left through. Well, Chapter 3. Wow, were those some defective detectives? Yeah, exactly. They really thought that it was enough to confiscate all the tapes. I know, right? Do you realize how much data you can store on a tiny memory stick these days? The next morning, Megari and Yagumo secretly checked the film data in the van. While the cartoon villain laugh they may be excessive, the fact of the matter is that they had backed up all the film data into a memory stick beforehand. Okay, that's enough clowning around for now. What footage do we need? The footage of Miss Kuramochi's body. There might be a clue to tell us if it was murder or suicide. Kind of tough to look at her like that again. Why are you so fixated on this case, anyway? As I said before, we're just a film studio. Because you don't have to talk if you don't wanna. I trust you, director. Sorry, Megari. As soon as the 10-year-old project restarts, an incident like this happens. Is it just coincidence, or is it an inevitability? I can't help but assume the latter, which means that solving this case may help expose the truth of why the project was shelved 10 years ago. As Yagumo ponders to himself, Megari expertly searches through the film on her laptop. Eventually, her hands stop, and the screen shows the site of the day before yesterday. Doke. Guess we gotta get to an examining. There's a mark on her skin, like a bruise, from the nape of her neck to her shoulder. Oh, we should have the investigation start. Do 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 do. Alright, enough of that. Is that a birthmark? Or is that a birthmark? Or a bruise of some sort? There's no blood, and it doesn't look like a fresh wound. Right, which means it probably isn't related to the case at hand. Or is it? There are several long scars on her slightly exposed neck. Right? Is that what it said? Must have Oh, you know what? Must have scratched herself in her final moments. Chlorine gas wrecks your respiratory system. Which means it's way too painful for an option for a suicide. If it were me, I'd choose something less painful. There are lots of easier ways to go, especially when it's your own terms. I can't see you ever committing suicide, director. Of course not. I plan on peacefully passing away at a tender age of 100. Yes, of course. But they mentioned marks on her neck. You know, I'm starting to think that the chlorine wasn't the cause of death. Like you see the scratch, and she wears a necklace. So and it's a chain necklace, so I don't think it would break easily. I'm wondering if she was strangled, and then the chlorine was set up to make it look like she, you know, that, oh, she, you know, because obviously it would, both are kind of respiratory shutdowns, you know, if you strangle someone and then, or if you gas them. So it'd probably show almost the same signs. But the thing is, she got the purplish color from the chlorine. But I think she could have been killed, and then her body obviously, like, still was exposed to the gas, so she may still have effects of the gas on her. But she could have been strangled. Your expensive looking drawer, as you'd expect from an old family. There's nothing particularly suspicious. Okay. This metal basin really bugs me. What about it? Well, even if she was trying to commit suicide by mixing detergents, why such a huge basin? That is a good point. There must be some sort of reason behind it. Yaguma murmurs as he looks by the body's feet. What's wrong? Well, it's hard to see due to the desk's shadow, but there is something on the ground there. Looks like a scrap of paper. Let me magnify it a bit. Megari zooms in on the scrap of paper. 2 or 3 zooms and several filters later, the text on the scrap of paper becomes visible. When Hoshiai is dedicated to Yasuka, synesthesia acquired. When Hoshiai is dedicated to Yasuka was written on the paper. What does that mean? What does that mean? It probably means when the Hoshiai Festival procession arrives at Yasuka's shrine. But the question is who wrote that, and why is it on the ground? The handwriting looks strange. I can't even tell if it's a man or a woman's. The letter's in a crude, childish hand... In a crude, in a crude, childish hand... I can't. I refuse to believe. There's no way Shiba would do this. There's no way, right? I don't want to believe that. Man, that's fucked up. Well, I mean... I wouldn't... Because she probably has good handwriting, right? I mean, she goes to school and shit. There's no way it would probably look childish even if she wrote it, right? So, I don't know. A crude, childish handwriting. Perhaps to hide the identity of who wrote it. Assuming that this letter is from someone, who even writes letters anymore? We've got email and tons of social media services. Maybe she didn't want anyone else to find out. Like her husband, maybe. There's tons of ways to hide that, like how that line work contact you have is actually just a girl you met at the bar, director. Who told you that? You did, just now. And shut up and focus on the footage. Damn, he sold himself out. I mean, is there anything else I can examine? The question is, who wrote that scrap of paper? Assuming it's a murder, that could be some sort of message left by a murderer. Or it could be a dying message. Well, dying messages are fun hints and stories, but they're not really a thing in real life. Killers usually make sure their victims are dead. Even if you did manage to leave a coded message, the killer's just going to get rid of it. Even if they can't understand what it means. Oh, I guess you're right. It's rare to find metal basins like these in modern households today. I guess it's not rare for an old family though, but it kind of feels odd to lug something like this all the way to your room just to commit suicide. Huh? Megari raises her voice as she magnifies the chest area on the corpse. What's wrong? Hold on a sec. Megari restlessly moves the mouse to zoom in a bit further into the portion of the chest area. Once the pattern on the kimono appears, it becomes clear that what unsettled Megari. It kind of blends into the pattern on her kimono, but it looks like a necklace. Oh, I thought that's what we examined earlier. I guess not. A necklace with a kimono. Is that normal? I'm no expert on kimono etiquette, but I don't think it is. Besides, so it was! If it's unnatural, then she probably was strangled with it. Bum bum bum! Do 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 do. Megari spins the mouse cursor around the pendant attached to the end of the necklace. It doesn't look like a brand name item. It looks crude and kind of cheap. Oh? It seems out of place for a wife of a rich man to wear something so cheap. Megari, that necklace bothers me. Can you print that out for me? Roger. She probably was strangled with it then. It wasn't the chlorine that killed her. It was the strangulation. Someone was there. Dun dun dun. After examining the film all the way through, Yagumo signs and murmurs. Phew. We missed a lot of details that... You know, it's hard to, like, go from, like, investigating a gruesome scene like that to then just, like, happy music and, like, oh, man, that was a lot of footage. Like, like we didn't just examine a fucking dead body for, like, 10 minutes. Phew. We missed a lot of details that day. Good thing we filmed it. Thanks, Megari. I know it takes a lot of guts to look at this video. You're a big help. Well, I somehow managed by lying to myself that it was staged, but it really was tough. Yeah, sorry. That's enough footage investigation for now. Let's go meet up with the others and head out. Roger that. Did we get any more characters? I don't remember. Oh, the detectives. The detectives should be here, right? Yep, there they are. Shunsuke Misawa, an assistant inspector with the Shimane Prefecture Police Investigation Division. As a detective, he naturally doesn't think it's a good thing for a civilian like Yagumo to stick his nose into police cases. However, he has a sense of duty and responsibility for his work, and is thus willing to work with Yagumo if he concludes that it'll help solve the case. Takumi Keishino, a detective with the Shimane Prefecture Police Investigation Division, works on the investigation with Misawa. He easily gets carried away and acts like he's a big shot to the protagonist, but he's got a soft spot for actresses and celebrities. He introduces himself as Takumi Keishino because he's on the case, much to the frustration of Misawa, since it makes him sound like he's the superior instead of the other way around. We already read theirs. I think that's it. Yep. All right. Okie doke bout. Huh? Huh? I met you the other day. Yagumo, right? When they head to Washari Hachimangu, some familiar faces call out to them. It's the magazine editor, Tokima, and the brother of Seiya Ito, who they saw yesterday in front of Kuramochi's mansion. Hello, shooting material here today? I sure am. Oh, let me introduce you. This is Saikyo. Is that how you say it? Saikyo? This is Saikyo Ito, my writer. Oh, he works... Oh, I'm Ito. Unlike the down-to-earth Tokima, Ito doesn't seem all that sociable. Yagumo meekly responds to Ito's blunt introduction. I'm the director Max Yagumo. I'm sorry for your loss, Ito. You know me? Sorry, I saw you arguing with Kuramochi yesterday. From what I overheard, I figured you were Seiya Ito's older brother. Oh boy, you saw that? How embarrassing. Well, please understand, his younger brother just passed away. It's only understandable that he's emotional. I know, it's totally understandable. I was shocked to see him so serious, but it's totally understandable. I've met his younger brother once before. They're twins, so they look so much alike. They're twins! They're twins. Twins? They're twins? Yes, they got similar face and figure, but different hair and general vibe. The younger one's much more serious. I see. It must have been a shock, huh? Twins, huh? I know twins switching tricks are a staple of a mystery genre, but maybe I'm just overthinking things. Ito, about what you told Kuramochi yesterday, concerning his wife's infidelity. You heard that too? Well, you said it so loudly, so sorry. Well, whatever. Basically, Akari seduced my younger brother into committing suicide with her. So she and your younger brother committed suicide as lovers' suicide? If dying is in completely different places can be called a lover's suicide, then yeah, I suppose. My brother and I were classmates with Akari back in high school. Interesting. Oh shit, I gotta, oh man, oh jeez. Oh jeez. I hope you didn't hear that. It wasn't very loud, so you probably didn't. My brother Ito loved on Akari, but never confessed. And after graduation, she went to Tokyo. And when she came back, she married that geezer because of money. My brother felt bad for her ever since, and she dragged him into a lover's suicide. You sure she married because of money? Hey, it ain't his looks. He's like 20 years older. He's old enough to be your dad. Plus, something must have happened to her in Tokyo. Akari came back with a bad burn scar on the neck. Old man Kuramochi took advantage of her in her time of weakness. Oh, I see. So that's what the mark on her neck was. Must not be directly related to the case then. Is that all we need? I never thought I'd get caught in an incident like this when I came here to shoot material. I sent the manuscript, but the editorial department was shocked when I told them. Yeah, I can imagine. Are you gonna cover the incident too, now that you're here? Nah, we're just travel magazine. Even if I shoot anything, there's no space for it. I see. Well, that makes sense. Ito, on the day your brother died, were you... What, you want my alibi? You're not even a detective. No, I was just wondering when you got to Sawano. Ito falls silent at Yagumo's question. Noticing the tension between the two, Tokimo cuts in. He was with me all afternoon and the night that day. I can vouch for him. Oh, is that so? Yes, the two of us arrived in Sawano that afternoon, and from then until 6 p.m. we were at Tokodani Inari Shrine. We were interviewing the chief priest. You've got a pretty detailed memory. Well, we were interviewed by the police too. I remember since I had to explain over and over. I see. Ito aside, I don't think Tokima's lying. I guess they're both got perfect alibis, just like Kuramochi. Alright, well, I guess that's all I need to do here. Assuming that we got all the information we needed. A suspicious man suddenly stands between Studio Yagumo and Yasuka Shrine. No, it's this motherfucker again. You? Is that? You know him, Hitoa? He's probably the actor known as Nego 6. Nego 6? You are Nego 6, right? It's time for the Baki Baki Shimane quiz. Huh? He ignored me? The quiz is about Sawano's other famous shrine, the Tokodani Inari Shrine. Inari is usually written in rice load, but Tokodani Inari writes it as rice blessing. Why? Rice blessing? I'm assuming because it's a blessed place? Makes the most sense to me. Rice, blessing, blessed, please. Oh my God.
That is correct! Long ago, a man who lost the castle key prayed at the Tokidani Inari and soon found the key. Moved by his blessing, the lord of the castle renamed the shrine accordingly. So if you need to find something you've lost, why don't you go try praying to the shrine too? And with that, I make my exit. Let us meet again somewhere.
The man says that just like that and disappears like the wind. He just kind of said what he wanted to say and scrammed, huh? An enigma. Nego 6. Is he a friend or foe? I don't think he's either. Interesting. What an interesting feller. I'm here to see Paco. Paco, taco, taco. There ain't no taco here, feller. Get lost. At the Tokidani Inari Shrine Grounds, they find Shiba. She's leaning against the guardrail, looking down at the view below, deep in thought. Shiba. She twitches at the sound of her name, but smiles and dashes over when she realizes it's Yagumo. I said, Shiba! I should have done it like that.
You're all here again today, huh?
I was thinking you might be here too, Shiba.
Oh, did you need me for something?
I just wanted to ask you something about Mrs. Kuramochi.
The missus? Huh.
Shiba's expression stiffens the moment she hears the mention of Kuramochi's wife. In an attempt to calm her down, Yagumo puts on the biggest smile as he continues. Oh, no, it's nothing too difficult. Just curious if she mailed letters to anyone.
Mailed letters? Like physical paper letters?
Yeah, not like email or line. Paper letters.
I don't think so. Dr. Kuramochi has the only mail key and checks all the mail, so I doubt that she had any personal letters.
Oh, I see. Makes sense. Besides, there's no point writing letters when all you've got are smartphones these days.
Well, the missus is banned from smartphone use, so I wouldn't say we've all got them.
She doesn't have a phone. Huh. This Kuramochi is banned from smartphone use. I didn't know you can get banned from smartphone use. What the fuck? How do you get banned from okay, because isn't how line work, it's almost like everyone's connected to like the same network almost? Something like that? So like it's almost like an app. Like it's not like, because texting for us, it's almost like you just have like a direct connection to like like we each have our own little codes with our numbers and it links like the connection between those numbers. But Line almost sounds like it's like an almost like a social media app, you know, where you like think Snapchat. I think it almost works like that, where like you kind of like text over an app, but like anyone can kind of like be connected to you. It's not like a connection by like phone number. Like someone who doesn't know my phone number can't like call or text me. They have to know my number. It's almost like a secured connection. Now, granted, they can put random numbers in and somehow find me. You know, because everyone has like their number neighbors. So like you change like the one digit and then you have like, that's your number neighbor. But obviously someone can't send me messages unless they know my number. But Line, I think, works different. Whereas like you can just kind of like hook up with people, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like I thought that's kind of how it worked. So I'd assume, like, yeah, a ban is almost like you're getting banned from social media. Like, oh, you must have said something inappropriate and we don't like you. You're banned from phone use. You better watch out. My dad works for Microsoft and he can ban you. She's banned from smartphone use. Why? When Yagumo asks the question, Shiba puts her hand up on her mouth, realizing her mistake. It would seem that it's a touchy subject for her. Shiba, a smartphone use ban seems a little odd in this day and age. Who exactly banned her from smartphone usage? And why?
Well,
it seems it's not something she can talk about. Shiba's eyes wander as she goes quiet. Not gonna talk that easily, huh? Well, in that case, sorry, but it looks like I'll have to resort to emotional manipulation. At wit's end, Yagumo then resorts to emotional manipulation. You fucking whore, give me the information I need. Listen here, bitch. The fucking woman you were working for died and I need information. Please, you're scaring me. Yagumo puts on a troubled face as if to curry sympathy from her. Shiba, we're in a bind here. The police told us that as witnesses, we can't leave Sawano until the case is solved.
What? Really?
Yeah, we're going way in over budget we set aside for food, lodging, and for location scouting. Right, Magari?
Huh?
At any rate, our studio's gonna run out of funds in 2 or 3 days. Right? Magari blinks in confusion initially, but quickly catches on to what he's getting at and plays along.
Yeah. The expenses just keep piling up, and our checks are gonna start bouncing. Our loans are piling up, and we'll go bankrupt. The fundamentals of economy will deteriorate and trigger a global depression. We'll be jobless by next month. It's that bad?
Yeah, it's that bad. And to prevent it, we gotta solve the case quick. So Shiba, please, tell us everything you know.
Okay, I'll talk.
Yes, thank you, Shiba. So first, about the smartphone ban.
Yes, well, you see, Dr. Kuramochi's been suspecting that his wife's been cheating.
The truth come out. Does Bruno Mars is gay? The rumor come out.
About half a year ago, he confiscated her phone and banned her from going outside by herself.
I see. So the reason he has the only mail key is part of cutting her off from the outside world, huh?
Yes. Also, he told me to keep an eye on her whenever he's not home. He also makes me entertain all the guests.
Huh. Isn't that a form of domestic violence? Yagumo stops mid-sentence when he considers that Shiba respects Kuramochi. Instead, he asks a more essential question. So did she actually cheat on him?
That I don't know. But if he'd go to such extremes, then he must have had at least some reason to suspect her, right? I wouldn't go that far, but after a year ago, she called over a man named Ito and to tune her piano. Those two really seemed to hit it off. He visited her several times, and one day,
Kuramochi saw them together and got mad.
Yes.
And by Ito, you mean Seiya Ito?
Yes.
I see. Explains what we saw in Kuramochi's mansion earlier. Mrs. Kuramochi's death and Seiya Ito's suicide have to be connected somehow. How else would they die on the same day in different places? Yagumo places his hand on his chin in thought. As he does so, Shiba timidly speaks up.
Is that all?
Huh? What all?
I've told you everything I know. Can I go now? The police lockdown on Dr. Kuramochi's house is lifting today, so I'm gonna go ask if I can help.
Oh, you are? Sure, you can go now, of course. Thanks to you, it seems our studio can survive. Thank you so much, Shiba.
Well, that's great to hear. In that case...
She probably feels guilty about revealing the secrets of the Kuramochi household. Shiba walks away sadly. Damn, is there a way to, prevent that? Is there different pathways? Can you not, force people to, I must resort to emotional trauma to get the information I need from this woman.
That's so cruel. He locked her inside and confiscated her phone, too. That poor woman.
Once Shiba's out of sight, Hitoa finally breaks her silence, sounding somewhat mad. I agree. That's a form of domestic violence.
Yeah, with a husband like that, it's no wonder why she'd cheat.
It is. Oh, it's no wonder she would cheat. There's no wonder she would cheat, is it? I think that's how she...
It's no wonder she would cheat, is it?
Hitoa, do you think she was cheating on him with Seiya Ito?
Probably, which is why I think those two...
It's okay. Just say what's on your mind.
I think those two committed a lover's suicide.
A lover's suicide, huh? That would explain the note we found at her feet. The caged birds chose to die on the same day, so that they could at least be together in death. The problem was how to communicate the day when she was cut off from the outside world.
Well, that's simple. Just fold a note and yeet it over the fence.
This bitch empty! Yeet! But then her husband might find it before her. And how would she respond? Toss it over the fence and hope he picks it up? Well, if we can solve the mystery, we can get closer to the truth. Let's look into that a bit more. Everyone nods and they leave Tokudani Inari Shrine Grounds. Well, I think our next stop should be the rice store because that's where their house was supposedly, or Ito's house, right? Welcome to the rice farm, motherfucker. They visit Yoshinaga Rice Store, and Yagumo gazes blankly at the carp pond once again. Suddenly, Yagumo gets the idea and calls up the store owner. Say, were you aware of Kuramochi? You aware that Kuramochi kept carp at his house? Oh, Kuramochi? Well, yeah, he's got a pretty nice pond at home. Does the pond use water from the nearby spring? Yes, the spring's connected here and there by aqueducts. He used the aqueduct system! So his pond draws that water. The aqueduct system! Aqueduct! You know, I know it's aqualung, but I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of when I heard aqueduct. Pond water from the aqueduct. Yes, we do the same thing here. The owner points to the edge of the pond, underneath a small stone bridge. There's a metal grating covering an opening that leads to the aqueduct. We draw water from the aqueduct and it flows over there. Haha, so that's why the pond water doesn't stagnate, huh? Exactly. If you walk from here to the Hakano Orakan, you'll see the aqueduct run parallel to the road. Right, the aqueduct's out from the front of Kuramochi's, so that's where he draws the water from, huh? Interesting. The Sawano Station area is quite relaxed now, perhaps because the Hoshai festival is over. They look at the station's building for a while, but see no passengers coming along. It sure is quiet, but then again, it's a weekday in June. When Yagumo makes eye contact with the tourist, she takes out her phone and bows her head. Understanding the gesture, Yagumo takes her phone and takes a few pictures of her. Director, there's an accessory stall over there. Can I go check it out? Girls really have an eye for that, huh? Sure, go ahead. Thanks. You know, Itoa cheerfully nods and dashes off. In other words, the others follow leisurely behind. Yo, what up, brothers? Want some weed, bro? Whoa. When they catch up with her, Itoa's already cheering and has several accessories in hand. Did you make these yourself? Like, totally, dude. Each one's handmade and one of a kind. Please buy them. Whatever vibes with you, dude. Might I recommend these? The mustached, long-haired hippie of a salesman shows off his wares. What are you buying? What are you selling, dude? As Yagumo watches Itoa inspect each item, Magari tugs up on his sleeve. Director, don't these match? They match what Mrs. Kuramocho was wearing, or Kuramochi. Now that she mentions it, when it finally clicks, Yagumo hesitantly takes out the printed picture and shows it to the salesman. Sir, is one of these your wares? Oh yeah, man, totally. This design was my thing like half a year ago, so it's gotta be from back then. Do you remember who bought it? Sorry to be a bummer, dude, but like half a year's a long time ago. If I showed him a photo of Mrs. Kuramochi, it might jog his memory. But I can't just show him a picture of her dead body. So what do I do? Well, I mean, can't we just show him a zoomed in picture of it? Like, we don't have to show him the body, just show him the picture, I guess. Like, just zoom in on it. Oh, actually, wait. Did we? No, I don't actually, wait. I don't think we met. Wait, no, we did. No, yeah, we did. We should have, yeah, Psycho Ito. An ill-bred man, an inbred man, an ill-bred man who argued with Kuramochi. He's a writer collecting material for a magazine Tokima edits. He's from Suwano and is the older twin brother of Seiya Ito, who committed suicide on the same day as Akari Kuramochi. When Yagumo first sees him, he appears to be emotional over his younger brother's death, but apparently he's never been one for compliments. Oh, Seiya Ito. Psycho's Sakio? Is it Sakio? Because I want to say it's Saki, but then it has the O on the end. So Sakio's younger twin brother. An honest industrial piano tuner. Though the hair and the general demeanor are completely different, he has the same exact face as Sakio. He was high school classmate with Akari, Kuramochi's wife. They had an They had an extramarital affair for quite some time, apparently. On one day of the incident, his body was found hanging at a small house, or at his small house. Jesus Christ. Nego 6, there he is. Nego 6, a mysterious man appearing unexpectedly all over Shimane Prefecture. He appears before Yagumo and the others to quiz them about Shimane before disappearing as quickly as he arrived. Alright, that should do it for that. Okay. They peek at Kuramochi's mansion from the street. The on-site investigation seems almost complete. The police tape's been taken off the entrance, and only 1 or 2 officers are coming along. You think we can go in now? Looks like it. Let's go see Kuramochi. When Studio Yagumo passes through the gate, some familiar faces stand in their way. Well, whoa, what do you think you guys are doing? We're turning to the scene of the crime. Stop right there! Ugh. Jeez, these pigs are still here? What? Who you calling pigs? Oh, my bad. I meant the detectives. Snooping as usual with the camera, huh? So you want us to confiscate your tapes again? Hang on, what we're filming now is unrelated to the case. You've got no right to confiscate it. What? You're filming at the crime scene? The police tape's gone, which means it's no longer off limits, right? Which means the only one with the right to prohibit filming here is the owner, Kuramochi. Besides, Kuramochi is our guide. Is there a problem with us visiting him? After staring down Yagumo, Misawa realizes he's got a point and gets out of the way. Studio Yagumo ignores the fact that Misawa is still glaring at them as they head into the entrance. But then Kishino calls out from behind. Hey! Still need something? Yagumo turns around dubiously as Kishino ignores him and steps up to Hitoa. Hitoa freezes in place fearfully as at the detective's sudden approach. Ain't no way. Are you gonna hit on her, dog? Can I help you? You're Hitoa Amakata, right? Yes? Can I shake your hand? Huh? I've been a big fan since I saw your gravure, is that how you say it? I saw your gravure pics. Okay, if that's all, sure. When Hitoa timidly holds out her hand, Kishio firmly grabs it with both of his. Thank you! I'm so moved! This officer will keep supporting you! Thank you. Hitoa thanks Kishio with a professional customer service smile. Once her hand is finally free, Hitoa heads to the entrance with the others. The hell do you think you're doing in the middle of an investigation?
Ow!
Studio Yagumo hears Misawa shouting and Kishio whimpering behind him. God, man, it's hard to do the raspy voice because it really hurts my throat. Yep, come again. That's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Alright, well, I guess we should start with the reception room, because obviously we can't just... I'm going to start with the bedroom. Obviously, according to the gods, going in from the back door is the best way to get the blessing. Sitting in the reception room with Kuramochi is an unfamiliar person with a white coat. Sorry, you're entertaining a guest? Oh, don't worry about it. He was about to leave. Just as Kuramochi said, the man puts on his shoes and gets off the sofa to bid his farewell. Well then, I must be going. You too? Well, thank you for coming. I'm sure Kari would be happy. Without another word, the man in the white coat bows and to Studio Yagumo and leaves the room. Who was that? That was Hatoa, a neighborhood doctor and Akira's classmate in high school. He came here in light of the to light an incense stick. Is that so? I'm sorry about what happened. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm sorry you got dragged into the mess. Besides, if it weren't for your quick actions, Shiba and I could have easily ended up dead too. So thank you all. Oh, don't mention it. Kuramochi must have been mentally and physically drained, as even his words seem powerless. Yagumo has few words to say to him in this state, so he quickly excuses himself from the room. Shiba's in the kitchen, struggling with several trash bags. Shiba, are you cleaning up the trash? Yes, yesterday was garbage day, but I couldn't enter the mansion and toss these away. Jeez, I wish I could have gotten rid of all the raw garbage since it's hot this time of year. Due to the police blockade after the incident, the trash hasn't been taken out, it seems. Just as Shiba said, the odor of raw garbage is wafting around the kitchen. Shiba grumbles as she sorts through the garbage. What now? It's so hot, and the next burnable trash day is the day after tomorrow. What do I do about the smell? Just hearing about it makes me shiver. What's more, I have to transfer these to the city's specified bags. I ought to complain to the police. What's that? Yagumo notices something out of place in one of the trash bags. What's wrong? Oh, this. Yagumo suddenly sticks his hand in the open trash bag and rummages around. Huh? Wait, what are you doing? Yagumo ignores the shocked woman as he continues to rummage through the trash. Eventually, he pulls out a spare pair of panties. He then puts it over his head. I guess you're going to miss the panty raid. Eventually, he pulls out a small capsule. What's that? The capsule. The capsule? From a capsule toy? I think so. Looks like there's more on the bottom more on the bottom. What's with these, Shiba? I don't know, but I've seen them several times when cleaning the trash can in the room. Were they a hobby of hers? I hear capsule toys are well made these days, so even adults collect them. I can't say I've seen anything like those in her room. These things are supposed to contain miniature character figures and stuff, right? Yeah, usually. Anyway, but Yagumo recalls the sight of the room when he found Mrs. Kuramochi's body. There wasn't the slight hint of such childish commodities to be found in the room. What if that's where No. I wonder, what would it... The ring. Didn't she have a ring on her finger? Well, I guess that could be her marriage ring. True. Wait, no, because that would have been her left... Wait, no. Marriage is left hand, right? Yeah, marriage is left hand. Not right hand, because it's left hand closer to your heart, right? No, yeah, right? Is it left hand? Shit. Because I'm trying to think. Well, I thought she might have had rings on both fingers. Like both hands. I don't know.
There wasn't the slightest hint of such childish commodities found in that room. Then why did she have these? Yagumo ponders over the capsule in his hand. Those also could be how he, Psycho was sneaking letters in, right? He could have put like the letters in the capsules and like maybe thrown them down the aqueduct tunnel. It could have like got to her or something. I don't fucking know. Hitowa peeks into his hand and timidly speaks up. Director, doesn't this look kind of off? These holes look like they're plugged up with something. Yagumo looks at the part of the capsule Hitowa is pointing at. There are small air holes at the bottom of the capsule so it's easier to open, but those holes are filled with a clear sealant. In panic, Yagumo sticks his hand back into the trash bags. This one. And this one. And this one too. Yeah, this has got to be how he was, because he didn't want it to get wet. This is probably how he was like sneaking messages in or something. You're right, Hitowa. The air holes have been plugged up in all of them. As he rolls several capsules in his hand, Yagumo thinks to himself as he's at a loss for words. Everyone around him can only look at the capsules, too baffled to come up with an answer. Anything else? If you look closely, all the trash bags are open. Judging by the wrinkled plastic at the tops, it seems they were all tied and untied. Why are these all opened? Oh, right. Listen to this. I tied all these bags up to take out the trash, but the police opened them all up. I see. So they rummaged through the trash during the investigation, huh? Well, the police are gonna be police. Yeah, but... Oh, I think he said the police are gonna police. He always responds with something like that. Man, they're gonna do this. Well, I guess let bygones be bygones. Yeah, but the bugs are out in swarms. But the bugs are out in swarms this season. This is the worst. What's cooking in the fridge? There's a pretty big refrigerator. That's a pretty big refrigerator. I thought it was just Mr. and Mrs. Kuramochi here. Dr. Kuramochi brought a large refrigerator so his wife could stock up and reduce grocery trips. How considerate of him, huh? I see. He's under house arrest. Anything else you can tell me? Shiba grumbles as she sorts through the garbage. What now? Yeah, it's a rotten smell. Just hearing about it makes me shiver. Okay. Oh, shit, no. I don't want to keep talking to her. Fuck. Anything else? Capsule toy capsules were in the trash can in Mrs. Kuramochi's room. I can't see a rich woman having such a childish hobby. Alright, this has got to be everything then, I'm assuming. Can we actually, like... Are we allowed in here? Alrighty. Leading the group, Yagumo takes a sudden turn, causing Magari to slam into his back. Ow! Hey, don't just suddenly stop like that. Look at that. Yagumo points down the hall. Mrs. Kuramochi's room is still taped off, and there's an officer there watching guard as an imposing stance. Looks like the on-site investigation isn't over yet. Typically, investigations start wide and narrow in scope as work progresses. They must still need to investigate the most important room where the body was found. Anyway, they cannot enter Mrs. Kuramochi's room as long as the officer is standing guard. Studio Yagumo draws back away from the hall as the officer stares at them coldly. Just back up slowly. Alright. Well, I mean, I feel like that's all I can do here. Didn't really learn anything, I guess. Well, I mean, we got the toy capsule thing, so.